everyone, this is Alexis from Breathe and Bake. This is our series on the art of mindful cooking. So today what we are going to be talking about is mindful meal planning, because really when you are working towards mindful cooking, it isn't just arriving in the kitchen and expecting everything to go magically smooth and to have that calmness and the ability to stay present. Just because you walked into the kitchen. There really is an intention behind all of the steps that occur behind that really set you up to be more likely to take a breath when you're in the kitchen and be present and feel like you're able to just be in the moment and be your most creative self in the kitchen. For me, when I do my weekly meal planning, that's the cadence that I do it on, I first think about what the intention is behind meal planning. So for me, there's really three main reasons why I meal plan. First of all is to reduce food waste. By meal planning, I am able to look at what I already have, utilize that to determine what meals to make for the week, which reduces unnecessary buying and me throwing a bunch of stuff in my pantry, and reduces the likelihood that items in my pantry are going to expire because I'm really utilizing what I have and intentionally reducing food waste. The second intention that I have when I meal plan for the week is sticking to a budget and really being financially mindful as well. And that, fits into various areas of my life, but definitely with meal planning, considering the cost of groceries these days. So by meal planning, again, I'm eliminating unnecessary purchases. I am ensuring that by not being wasteful with food, I'm also not being wasteful with our dollars as well. And the third intention is focusing on foods that are going to have me and my family feeling good after we're done with that. And what feeling good means is different for everybody. It's even different depending on the situation, right? Some meals, the feeling good is going to be because I connected with a recipe that I remember my grandmother making when I was growing up. Another time, and most of the time, feeling good is going to be I fed myself and my family food that is, has fiber and protein and vitamins and also tastes good. So it's healthy, it's going to do what our body needs it to do, and it also tastes good. You might have similar intentions as to why you would like to start or why you do meal plan, or yours might be completely different. But setting that intention and knowing what that is ahead of time will help keep you focused during the meal planning process and will help simplify it for you as well. As I mindfully meal plan, there are 4 steps that I follow. The first step is that I look at our calendar for the week and figure out how many meals I actually need to make. So what does that mean? There might be days where we have planned to go to a museum or go to the zoo or go eat at a family's house, and I would know that ahead of time and know, okay, I don't need to plan dinner for these evenings, or I don't need to plan lunches for these days. So that takes down the amount of food and the amount of meals that I am planning for the week. The other repeating thing that I have on my meal planning calendar every week, for us, Fridays is a leftover night. So I know that I am not cooking that night, and that the purpose of that night is, again, to reduce food waste, to use up the food that we spent all week making and enjoying. Next, I think about the goals that I have for the food that I'm preparing for the week. So we just spoke about that with the intentions, right? So thinking about, are there health goals that we're trying to meet For me, I'm trying to get more protein and more fiber in my meals recently. So that is something that I'm going to be focused on when I'm thinking about what I am meal prepping for my breakfasts and my lunches for the week, and that will help to inform the dinners that I'm making as well. For the kids, it could be more around they need something that they can take to school with them on the days that they don't like the school lunch. So that needs to be something easy that can go in a lunchbox. So really being concrete about what are the goals, what are the kind of constraints of the meals that you're making. And again, that helps narrow down the thousands of options that you have. I think that's what gets people stuck sometimes, is you think about, I could make anything. There's all of these foods that I could make and that I can enjoy. And it becomes really daunting to meal plan. The third step that I take, and we spoke about this when I was discussing my intentions, is that I shop my pantry first. So what that means is that I literally go and sit in front of my pantry, I look through it, I look through the shelves, and I try to think about, is there a meal that I can make between what I have in here? And then obviously I'm looking in my fridge and my freezer as well. So are there things like, do I have a meal or two that I don't even need to shop for, that if I go and look at my pantry, that I'm like, oh, this would actually make a really good meal. I can put these together. I have some canned vegetables here. I have a protein. I have some dried pasta. You know, I typically have different sauces in my fridge because you don't use them all at once. So typically there could be a meal or two in there that you could utilize the stuff that you already have and not have to purchase all from scratch. Or it could be like, oh, I have enough to make sides for a couple of meals. All I need is something to kind of pull this together. Maybe it's a protein, maybe it's something else. But being able to really take stock of what you already have is really useful. And then finally, I do the remaining work. So I may have a number of things now filled out because I have some sides here, I have some meals there, and now I need to fill in the rest of the blanks on my meal planning list and then adding to my food shopping list. But it gives you that freedom to really feel like I'm hitting it all. I'm being financially responsible. I am not over consuming. I am not wasting food, and I'm able to be creative and try new things and experiment. As you're filling out those spaces, you might also decide to leave a couple open and have them be ones that you get inspired by when you go to the farmer's market or wherever you grocery shop. To say, I'm gonna leave this open so that I could explore what's there, what's in season, what looks good, and try something that just piques my interest. So for me, meal planning allows me to be really intentional about what is important to me when it comes to really a lot of areas of my life, in terms of not wanting to be wasteful, wanting to be financially responsible, wanting to focus on the health of myself and my family. And it also relieves some of that decision-making stress that could happen throughout the week, because that's one less decision that I need to make. I already know this is what we are going to eat. And when it's time to make dinner, I can look at the list and I can go and I'll grab what I need out of the pantry. I know it's all there, and I could really just relax and be in the kitchen and enjoy that experience. So I hope that this has been helpful for you too. Please let me know if you are a meal planner, what your intention is when you meal plan, what is the value that you find in it, or if you haven't meal planned before and you really want to, what is it that's drawing you to meal plan and what are the struggles that you're having? In the meantime, take care, and I hope that you join us again. Bye.